Today we have some very exciting news regarding Elden Ring. We got the Elden Ring Taipei Game Show 2022 showcase, and it is a 46-minute video showcase. I'll make sure to leave the full video in the description below for you guys to check out on your own. Today I'll just be checking out around 10-ish minutes of it, and all I'm checking out is strictly the gameplay they showed during the showcase and one of the creators' commentaries with a reporter or interviewer, some sort, that is alongside him. So also another great news too we got today, which is pretty big, is Elden Ring is officially gone gold, and you're going to see roughly around 30 hours of main storyline gameplay, but with the addition of all the extra side tasks that you can do, it can really tack on a lot more time than just 30 hours. So let's go ahead and get into it. Next, I'd like to talk about the structure of the game's map. Alright, as I mentioned above, the game uses what we have terms open world design, right? We already know that. More than simply vast than the sprawling open areas. Also replete, wow, this, yeah, he talks pretty quick with a relatively high battle encounter rate users expect from our titles, right? Which is exciting. And as you can see, we have new gameplay here too. Swooping down, for example, yeah, that was what we previously saw. As you explore, you may come across smaller dungeon areas, which can be entered seamlessly. Which I'm really excited for. These small dungeon areas provide another challenge, meaning there's always something to discover, which is very important with games like these. And I really like the samurai armor this particular character has. Yeah, the crypts and mines are different kinds of dungeon structures he mentioned we'll be seeing. Look at that mimic in the background. That's pretty cool to his right. Defeating them in the way dungeons will have their own risk and reward. It makes you want to explore them still. Right. There goes Stormvale Castle. I never get tired of seeing this castle. It looks so amazing. There are larger dungeons, right, and these are... The larger dungeons are called legacy dungeons. Complex and three-dimensional structures, right? And he mentions how also it brings a type of... Right, it contrasts. That's the word I was looking for. To the freedom of the open world. I really like the blood animation here. It looks amazing. Game centers upon exploration, these different types of gameplay environments, right? The small and the open. Which I feel they're going to nail and completely blow out of the park in a positive way. Are fundamentally paired. Their layouts are not restricted to simply pairing and can instead be found in a variety of interesting situations. Right, that's really cool. I like that. There's many ways you can go about, you know, taking on these dungeons, no matter how small or how big. So how big is the world's map? Okay. Well, we haven't measured in terms of square kilometers or anything, but we can definitely state that it is significantly larger than anything we made before, which is exciting. Yes, this is FromSoft's biggest game that we've seen to date, which is really exciting. On top of that, the open fields features differences in elevation, which is fun. Obviously, there's going to be higher points and there's going to be lower points. Right, exploration time consuming. To combat this issue, we have prepared the world map. Featuring checkpoint markers, areas already include. Right, from the map you can use fast travel features, which is really amazing. That's going to allow, like he said, seamlessly transitioning, and it won't give you the stress and fatigue of constantly having, you know, to traverse that open world. Next, instead, in leaving the decision to them, right? At the same time, this freedom can sometimes create confusion, right? You don't know where to go. You can be thrown off. Like they say, you can't have, like, there needs to be some restriction. You can't have too much at one point, at one time. Controls Shinobi Wolf. Much like Dark Souls series, free to customize their characters, right? Great ability that's coming back. And I know people have been mentioning a lot about the the graphics. A lot of people have been on that lately. And in all honesty, in my opinion, the game looks great. I mean, that looks amazing. That looks really cool. It's a stab and slash weapon, specifically that weapon he has there. And the bow looks amazing. It looks like you're going to really be able to do a lot more. And it looks like he used 2 different kinds of arrows there. I don't know if there was a edit. I didn't see a cut in between. Right, and he talks about the magic and the sorcery. But when it comes to graphics, honestly, for me, I'm not that big on graphics. I've previously mentioned that in another video. I think my my video of Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers, I think I mentioned in that one specifically that I wasn't too big on graphics. Like, I'd rather take quality of overall game than how it looks. You know, I would love the gameplay to look better. Way more than I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I completely lost my train of thought. I apologize for that. But basically, I would rather take what they do with what FromSoft does with their games than a nice looking. I can't even say Cyberpunk looks that nice. Yeah, I was about to use that as an example, but that was not really a good example to use. Okay, generally quite similar to the Dark Souls series. Difference between the girl changed the game is played. The Dark Souls series, an enemy would suddenly appear, and you would have to work out how best to defeat it. In an open field design like this, though, the player can often spot the enemy first, right, and work their way around them, which allows the opportunity to spend time considering how best to overcome that enemy in a particular enemy. There's still yeah, see, this guy's just going off. He talks very fast. Situation allows you to change your approach. I found myself wanting to try using the bow more, wanting to use magic more than in the past. Personally, for me, I've never been big on magic. Personally, I never even really tried it all that much. I've just ran with strength builds all the way through in all my playthroughs of Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. Particular and visual pleasing than in previous series. Okay, in that respect, the whole wide array of magic that is not only effective but a lot of fun to use, which is great. Mix those mechanics. If they're mixed well, it's a good time for everyone involved. So it sounds like this game's going to be something special in a good way. I feel a lot of people are not really going to even worry about the graphics when this game comes out. I mean, for me personally, I will be playing these games on my Xbox Series X. So I am not at all concerned about graphics and that's just for me though, personally, because I do know with the Series X being a 4K system and with me having a 4K TV, it'll blend itself out. And hell, I still play Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 to this day and enjoy them. And they are not that good looking when it comes to graphics. Dark Souls 1 is a very dated looking game, but it is still a very fun game that I will continue to play. And I'd love if they remastered it. It'd be really cool. Well, if they, remastered it, because they technically have already remastered it. But for me personally, I feel visual is not going to be a big deal. They're a very welcome presence, right? Yeah, that's been another thing that people have mentioned is the difficulty. They've been wanting an easy mode, and honestly, this series is everything but easy. Oh, look at the stars in the sky to the top left. That looks really nice. And yeah, that's really cool. That looks like a tree sentinel. Yup, the nice backstab. I love the blood animation. I cannot get enough of that. Just slide out to the shadows to safely. Right. It allows a plethora of decision making, how you would approach these. And I love that idea of open world games and how they explore in the realm of that element more. I am very excited for this game, guys. I am so excited for this game. February 25th cannot come soon enough. FromSoft games have something wonderful. Yeah, have a high difficulty level. That's true. Yes. This game isn't like that at all. Perfect title for those who have been interested in our games in the past, but who have been put off by concerns about the game being too difficult. The game also features a robust character development system. So, okay, it will be... This one, it seems, will be more welcoming to... You can always get help with the harder parts, right, in order to make your way through the game. So it seems like they kind of made this one a little easier. Still going to be difficult, obviously, but I feel it's going to feel a lot like Dark Souls 3 in its difficulty, where they have mentioned Dark Souls 3 is still fairly difficult, especially its DLC, and that bear to the left looks amazing. But Dark Souls 3 is still fairly difficult, especially with DLC, and it takes just pure skill and learning the game's mechanics to overcome these different elements. But I feel with Elden Ring, what he's meaning by it'll be easier is with the introduction of the spectral friends you can bring. You saw those white friends he was able to bring with him. Those kind of elements of the game is what I feel is what make it easier than past titles. And yeah, fighting the tree sentinel on horseback is so amazing. Well, all right, that literally concludes all of the gameplay specifically of the whole showcase. As I previously mentioned before, I will make sure to leave the full video of the entire showcase in the description below for you guys to check out and hear everything they have to mention about the game. They go in great detail about all kinds of assets of the game. I highly recommend you guys to check out the full thing. I can't because obviously I'm going to be discussing other news too. This will be like an over hour long video. I'm not trying to do that to you guys. So I'll go ahead and leave that up for you guys to check out. And let's get the discussion starting too about this. How do you guys feel about the new gameplay? Is it from what we've seen so far, is it living up to what you guys would want in a FromSoft title and in a AAA starting off a great new year that is 2022? All right, and in other news, Elden Ring has finally gone gold. Please be assured the title will be ready for sale on February 25th. This was made by IGN, as you can see, and I'll go ahead and make sure as well to leave the 2 articles I'm about to read in the description below, so you guys can also check out the sources yourself and read them for yourself if you guys want to. But it says here, if it loads, Elden Ring, the highly anticipated action RPG by FromSoft, and with additional world-building elements from Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin, has officially gone gold. As revealed on Twitter by @EldenRingUpdate, a Taipei Game Show video confirms the game is now gone gold and shouldn't receive any delay from its release across PC and consoles on February 25th. That is fantastic news. That is fantastic news. So in my previous video, I am so sorry for that. Excuse me. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned when I was reacting to specifically Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, I talked about the potential of Elden Ring going gold at this point. I think it was either on Fallen Feathers or my recent Elden Ring gameplay reaction, my reaction. In one of those videos, I mentioned Elden Ring possibly going gold in December. I remember hearing it, but I remember mentioning also to take that with a grain of salt because I didn't know how true that was. And here, I am here to re-clarify this, and I wanted to make sure I updated this and to correct myself and anyone out there who might have got any kind of sort of misinformation out there from anyone else. Now, today, it is officially gone gold. It has been officially announced via as they mentioned, the Taipei Game Show, which I left in the description below for you guys to check out. It is officially gone gold now, so that is to make that correction, which is great. But in other news, for those unfamiliar with the term, Going gold offers an important step forward in a game's development process because it indicates that a master version of the game has been finalized and that it's on its way to being turned into digital and disc-based copies, ready for sale, although day one updates are often worked on after going gold. So another thing that I mentioned in one of those other videos was that it went gold, that I heard it went gold in December and that they were still working on the day one update for like a couple months. Scrap all that. Now we have the full news here. It is officially gone gold today. And from today onward to February 25th, when the game releases, they will be working on the day one updates as previously mentioned right there. And as we can see, it also says originally due to launch this month, fans across social media will be delighted to hear that everything is on schedule for the game's latest February release date. As explained in a new video from Softs, I am going to butcher this. Yasuhiro Kitao. I'm so sorry if I completely butchered that. Further assured fans over the game's development during a presentation at the Taipei Game Show. Asked if development was going smoothly, Kitao said it is. Elden Ring was originally slated for release in January, specifically January 21st, which was 3 days ago, January this year, and it has been pushed back once to February. But please be assured the title will be ready for sale on February 25th. The master version has already been submitted, and right now the team is working on a day one patch to make sure everything in the game is just so, which sounds great, reassuring, and is definitely good news and excites me even more for this game's release than I already was. And it's just overall such a great thing to hear about. All right, and in our final news for today, I'll also be making sure to leave this article in the description below. This is also another IGN article. Elden Ring can be finished in 30 hours, but there are dozens of hours of side content. So it says the game as a whole is quite massive and contains many dozens of more hours worth of gameplay, which is great to hear. So here it says Elden Ring can be finished in 30 hours, says producer. I already mentioned it again. I'll try again. Yasuhiro. I want to say Yashiro because I know they like using the SH a lot, even when it is just the ace. What? All professionalism completely went out the window. Yasuhiro Kitao. But there are many dozens of hours of optional content for fans to sink their teeth into, which is very exciting. One thing I've mentioned that I would love to see is how in Destiny 3 is how in Dark Souls 3 how you can find the secret path to, or not secret path, but the secret way to getting into Archdragon Peak. For those who don't know, Archdragon Peak is literally a completely separate area to the main map that you can explore, and it's basically hidden. You have to acquire a special emote that your character can do, and you have to go to a special spot on the map that's pointed towards Archdragon Peak, and you can see it in the distance, and you have to use this emote in this specific spot, and these like flying creatures will take you, grab you, pick you up, a cinematic will play, and you'll be taken over to Archdragon Peak. I don't know exactly who first found it when Dark Souls 3 came out, but whoever did must have been like losing their minds when they first came across it. That was so insane for me to come across when I first played my first playthrough of Dark Souls 3, and I would love an element like that to be in Elden Ring, where you're just running across something, and at a certain time of night, if you're in a certain area, you do something, you'll be taken to this special area, or in a special dungeon, or just the idea of the possibilities of it happening is getting me hyped and excited. But I understand how some people can think, you can overhype yourself and, overqualify this game. I know it's gonna, even if it doesn't fully give me everything I'm hoping for, already what this game has shown me, it's gonna live up well to my standards that I've applied to it. But it says, and no, you won't be able to see absolutely everything in one playthrough, which is great to hear. As part of a new interview on the game during the Taipei Game Show, Kitao spoke further about the game's length and what fans can expect from the action RPG when it launches next month. This will differ significantly by player, Kitao explained when asked how long Elden Ring would take fans to complete. I'm so excited for the speedruns also. But in terms of the targets set during development, the idea is that the main route should be able to be completed within around 30 hours, which is solid. That's pretty good. That's a fair amount of gameplay. The game as a whole is quite massive and contains many dozens more hours worth of gameplay. But if we're talking about the main route only, it should take much longer than that. And it also mentions here how it says, elsewhere in the interview, Kitao spoke about the additional ways that Elden Ring will look to stretch out its experience for players. Similar to other previously developed FromSoft games such as Bloodborne and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Elden Ring will feature a new Game Plus mode, which will allow players to play through the campaign again with extra challenges. Like our other titles, the game features replayability features, explains Kitao, which is fantastic. I think all games nowadays should try to emulate some kind of replayability. That's one of my biggest downfalls of God of War. I'll be quick on this. One of my biggest downfalls of God of War is the fact that it doesn't really have that strong of a replayability factor. You know, it's kind of like more of a one and done experience. God of War is more than subsequent playthroughs. You know, I know some could probably argue the opposition, and you're fair to debate opposition. Please do. If you find many hours in it, great. I just personally haven't really found that much replayability out of God of War. But it says, after clearing the game the first time, you can carry across your character data and play the game again against powered up enemies. Kitao added later that you'll take the equipment with you back to the start of the game in New Game Plus. Great. It looks like it's going to work the same. New Game Plus is going to work the same like we've seen in Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. And as you mentioned, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and Bloodborne, which sounds fantastic. If it works, you know, if it's not broke, why fix it? You know, if it works, keep going with it. Although many players will likely look to take their time during a first playthrough in order to soak in the game's beautifully designed environments, Kitao went on to state that technically it's impossible to reach 100% of seeing everything in a first playthrough. I'm willing to challenge you on that, Kitao. I'm willing to challenge you on that. Now, I may not play everything on the channel. Like, I may not show every like side part on the channel. I think that'll take like way too long. And they'll probably end up being like nearly 100 parts. But for those who know why I did that, it's starting now. It's starting now. I love it. For those who know I did that, I'm here with you. We understand each other. I know I may have went a little off on not really professional there, but this is for me to connect to the fans, for not fans, but for my followers for a minute. I don't like considering y'all fans. Y'all are more followers. That just kind of came out. But completely getting off on the wrong track here, I'm willing to challenge you on that. I want to see if on my gameplay, my first gameplay, if I can 100% this game. I will not stop playing that game, and I will not finish it until I try to 100% it. And then watch me accidentally 100% it. Or I'm sorry, accidentally complete the game and forget about the 100%ing. On my Metroid Dread gameplay, I didn't play it on the channel. I played it personally. I should have played it on the channel. But on my gameplay, when I played it, I 100%ed it in my first try. My very first playthrough, I 100%ed the game. So I'm willing to excuse me. I'm willing to try you on that. But with that being said, because of the branching nature of the game near its end. Oh, wow. Okay. Excuse me. That's really crazy. So it says it has a very high branching nature of the game near its end, which is very exciting. So it seems like it opens up way more towards the end. Wow, that's exciting. That being said, for those of you hoping to see as much as possible during your first run of the game, the producer did confirm that you'll be able to get pretty close to seeing the whole thing the first time around. And this is their leaked character creator that was leaked, which looks insane. Look at that. It looks great. Looks better than even Dark Souls 3's. I don't know what people are talking about when they mention it not looking, that this game doesn't look the best. Like, come on. That looks fantastic. The facial hair and just the bone structure, you know, the detail on the jawline and the cheekbones. Oh, that just looks great. Of course, someone had to make the character all red. But yeah, elsewhere in the interview, Kitao notified fans that Elden Ring has finally gone gold, which we've previously already mentioned. And I've already mentioned to you guys. You guys already know that. But that sums up everything in this video that I wanted to go ahead and mention and talk to you guys about. And all the news that we have of Elden Ring. We got a pretty big drop today, which is very exciting. They went ahead and really dropped a lot of bombshells on us. And it's really great. I cannot wait. I feel, personally, I could be completely wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I feel this is going to be like one of the last big dumps we see regarding Elden Ring until the game officially comes out. We may see like another trailer here and there, maybe one or so before the game comes out, but I don't expect to really hear too much more about the game, because this kind of right here in this video sums up everything that we really needed to hear before it was released, you know. So I don't really expect too much more from it, but it's fine. We'll have to, you know, go back to playing our Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne or whatever until the game comes out, and I just cannot wait. And playing, I mean, we get, what is it, Dying Light 2 on the 4th of February, so that'll be able to hold us off, right? And then Destiny 2, The Witch Queen. I'll definitely be featuring those two games on the channel before Elden Ring comes out, so I'll definitely have some things to play before Elden Ring releases, but the anticipation will just keep growing and growing until I implode. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you guys are very excited. I hope I was informative for you guys in this video. I hope I was pretty professional for the most part when it comes to talking to you guys about these things. As I previously mentioned, I hope you guys are very excited for this game. I know I am. I know I am highly. And I really highly recommend you guys check out the entire Taipei Game Show. Like I said previously, I will have it in the description of this video below, of the full 42 minutes, I think it is, or 46 minutes or so. One of those. Watch the whole thing. I'm about to right now after this. I'm about to fully sink my teeth into everything it has to offer and what Kitao goes into, and just to immerse myself more and to get more excited. I cannot wait. Oh man, that just makes me think. I know this is a little off topic, but Metroid Prime 4. Oh, when that game comes out, I'm not gonna stop watching its gameplay trailer. Oh man, I feel Retro is going to do a lot with that game, and I am so excited. Metroid Prime 1 is my favorite game of all time. Metroid is my very favorite franchise of all time. So as soon as that game comes out, I am going to be watching that trailer all the time. And the reason why I mentioned it is just because I've been watching the same Elden Ring gameplays, trailers, again and again and again on repeat, because I'm just so excited. I'm trying to just soak up as much as I can before it launches to be ready. But nonetheless, I hope you guys are excited for this game to be released. I cannot mention it enough. And I hope you guys are ready for February 25th. I have the collector's edition pre-ordered. It is mine, so I will be getting it for you guys. And I will be doing an unboxing. You guys will be able to see my face. I'll make sure to record a full unboxing for you guys on the channel. And alongside gameplays right after that. But nonetheless, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.